Okay, guys, welcome back. We have another question from the friction from Hibbeler textbook, and the automobile has a mass of 2 megagram and the center of mass at G, so we can see the center of gravity in the or center of mass in the figure. We need to determine the towing force F required to move the car if the back brakes are locked and the front wheels are free to roll. So this free to roll means we're gonna assume that we have just the roller at the front, which there is no friction, so it can freely move. So that free kind of implies that there is no friction on front wheels, but we have friction on the rear wheels because the wheels are locked, and we have the coefficient of friction for the back wheels. So let's just draw the free body diagram as the first step. So we'll say this is our car. Try not to make the car or your free body diagram too fancy. So we obviously have the weight, we have the mass 2 megagram, which is going to be 2000 kilogram, and we're just going to multiply it by G, and that's going to give us the force in newtons. We have the force F, which is our unknown. It makes 30 degrees with horizontal. We have the normal forces on tires. Obviously there are 2 at the front and 2 on the back, but we can just consider one single force here, NA, which is going to be the net force for 2 tires, and same story in the back. And as I said, because we have friction in the back tires, and we're going to have the friction in this direction between the tire and the road, we can call it FB. We know friction is equal to the coefficient times the normal force. So our FB in here is basically the friction coefficient, which is a static, we are in equilibrium, times the normal force that we have in here. So we're going to use our equilibrium equations, sum of all forces in x equals 0. We have sum of all forces in y equals 0 and one moment equation. And looking at this, we have F unknown, NA, NB, and FB is basically 0.3 NA, NB. So 3 unknown, 3 equations, so we should be able to find. Let's start with the sum of all forces in x equals 0. Let's consider this as our positive x-axis. So we have FB, or 0.3 NB, negative F cosine of 30 degrees equals 0. So our F would be 0.3 NB divided by cosine of 30 degrees. That's going to be our first equation. Let's move on to the Fy. So we have NA, we have NB, we have the weight, which is 2000 times 9.81, and the y component of F, which is this force. So it's going to be F sine of 30 degrees, and it's going to be positive because it's upward. Our F is 0.3 NB over cosine of 30 degrees. And we have to multiply that by sine, which is 0.5. So I'm just going to put another 0.5 in here. And that's going to be everything for the second equation. We have an equation based on NA and NB. And the last one, this is our positive for y. It's going to be the moment equation, which we can do it about A or B. And it really doesn't matter because on both points, we're going to have the same unknown removed. So let's just do maybe A, counterclockwise positive. So we have the moment of the F, which we divided into 2 components. This is going to be F cosine of 30, and the other one is F sine of 30 degrees. The cosine one about A, so again, this is our point A. It's going to be a counterclockwise moment. So it's positive F cosine of 30, and the distance would be the vertical distance to the line of action, or this distance, which is what we have in here, 0.3. The y component is going to be clockwise, so negative F sine of 30 degrees, and the distance is going to be this distance, so basically 0.75. And that's the moment of the F. We have the moment of weight, which is also clockwise, so negative 2000 times 9.81 times the distance would be the distance from G to A, or what we have in here, which is 1 meter. And the last one would be the moment of the NB, which about A is counterclockwise, so positive NB. And the distance would be from NB to NA, or what we have in here, 1 plus 1.5, which is 2.5. And that's going to be equal 0. So if we look at the last equation, if we just plug in our F in the last equation, we're going to have one single equation based on NB. So that's going to give us the NB, which will be 7975.3 newtons. And once we have NB, if we just put it in the second equation right here, if we just put the values of NB in here, we're just gonna get NA, which will be 10,263.4 newtons. And once you have NA and NB, the last one's pretty easy. You just have to plug in NB in here, and that's gonna give you the F, which is what the question is asking, 2,760 newtons. And yeah, that's what the question is asking. We needed to figure out the F for his question. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.